This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smithem, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don MacMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smithem. My first guest today is Jennifer Newhouse from Huron Humane Society. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
And as we were talking before we started taping, everything at Huron Humane Society right now is about the gala, your biggest, most important fundraiser of the year.
Yes.
So how are things going?
Great. Tickets are sold out.
They are. They always are.
Yes. Within the first couple days of them going on sale, they go out of sale.
And the date is?
March 19th.
March 19th. So, I mean, maybe get people's name on a cancellation list or something?
Yes, you can call Lori Steffen at Real Estate One, ask to be put on a cancellation list.
354-7653 is the number. And the cancellation list, but still if you say, oh darn it, I wanted to go, I wanted to support the Humane Society, but you can't get in to have a dinner, the fabulous dinner that will be held at the Holiday Inn as usual. Excuse me, Sanctuary Inn, they're no longer Holiday Inn.
Right.
But so you could donate a prize.
Yes, we have a live auction, which we do about 20 items.
Okay.
They're higher ticket priced items. And then we have a silent auction, which we like to do about 200 items.
Okay, so we're a little short on items for the
Yes.
big auction and the little auction.
Yes,
Okay.
the live and the silent are both in need of items.
Okay, give me an idea of a $200 item or more.
Maybe a charter boat trip.
Ooh.
Or a bike or some kind of bigger item.
You know, and sometimes, Jennifer, people think, well, you know, there's not really much I can do, but you're wrong. You could purchase a gift certificate. You said you have families making quilts. If you do any woodworking items, if you want to donate like a pet care package or a home care package or a
Yes.
hair care package, there's so many things. Give me an idea of some of the things you've already gotten.
We have a couple Scentsy baskets.
Okay.
That's from one of our local Scentsy dealers.
Okay.
We have some books that have been donated.
Ooh.
We have a great pet crate along with a bed and a whole bunch of toys from Great North Pet Supply.
Okay.
We have gift certificates to tanning and massage
Ooh.
places. We have some homemade quilts.
Okay.
We have people saying that they're going to donate other homemade knitted items.
Okay.
So a lot of variety this year.
So what are some of the larger items that you have had donated?
A cat tree.
Okay.
We do have a charter fishing trip, but we'll take more.
Oh, yes.
Let's see, there was Disney tickets.
Ooh, good.
Yes.
Those are always a popular item every year.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that gives us an idea, but now there's some other opportunities. People can do some advertising in the program.
Yes, we have pet sponsors. Those are pets that are at the shelter.
Okay.
For $10. You can sponsor one of those pets. And then we're doing something new this year for an animal that you may have lost, or an animal that you currently have, or an animal that you have adopted from the Humane Society. We're doing a $20 donation page with a photo of that animal.
Oh, really? So for $20 you can get a picture of your pet that you've
Yep.
adopted or in memory of a pet that you've lost. Okay.
Yep.
All right, and I know that a fun event that always happens there is the table, that they always
Yes.
fix up the fancy table and someone
Yes.
gets to bid extra money and gets to sit at that fancy table.
Yes, and they get to be served their food right at the table. We have Miss Michigan as one of our celebrity servers. Joel Jett will be there. Mr. Kalashewski from the Sheriff's Department will be there, and the mayor will be there as well.
Yay!
Yeah.
I've been MC in the past and I've been the waiter in the past, and I just know it's fun, and I always like to tell people it's one of the most fun fundraisers in our community. Always well attended,
Yes.
a wonderful mix of people that come, and the community really steps forward to help with the animals. And so we just want to remind people again, please don't think that you don't have something major to do. You can help with the advertising. You can drop off a gift certificate that can be put with something else if it's a small one, so please. And where will we drop off items?
Real Estate 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we can drop them off there, and they're open pretty much 9 to 5 or so daily.
Yes.
Not Sundays, but.
Not Sundays.
Okay, so how are things at the shelter?
They are wonderful. We have a lot of really cute dogs right now. We've got tons of cats still.
Okay.
We have probably roughly about 200 cats.
Okay.
So.
And good time for people to foster animals too. You can go out there and get an animal, bring it home, socialize it with your family. It makes it much easier for them to be adopted. And then if there's any traits that the animal has maybe that we need to find out about, that's a good opportunity.
Yes.
And the shelter gives you the food and pays the vet bills and things, so it really doesn't cost you anything, but the socialization is invaluable for that pet.
Yes, exactly.
So people can go online and check out all the wonderful pets. Any other events that are going to be coming up?
Not at this time.
Okay.
I do want to mention we have our Pet of the Week.
Okay.
Once a week we take a pet over to City Hall, to John Knapp State Farm. Andrew from over at Great North takes a pet as well. Real Estate 1. We take pets there once a week so that the public can go in and meet them.
I know, and those meet and greets, those are hard. I've been into Real Estate 1 a couple of times, and you walk in the door and the dog runs up with a leash in his mouth and sits by you. It's like, oh, don't do that to me. Or, you know, the one time I went and walked down the sidewalk, the dog followed me all the way through the window and watched me walk down the sidewalk. So.
Yep. Andrew over at Great North, he has taken on quite a few cats for us. We do his on a pretty regular basis. He takes animals that have been at the shelter for a while, cats mainly, and he'll keep them at his store until he finds them a home.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think he's done 7 adoptions now for us.
That's amazing. And same thing, someone walks into the place of business, sees an animal that they can't live without, and they do all the paperwork and take them home. Okay, once again, how do we drop off items for the gala?
You can drop them off at Real Estate 1.
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Or at the shelter.
Or at the shelter.
And what are the hours at the shelter?
Monday, we're closed.
Okay.
Tuesday through Saturday, it's 11 to 4.
Okay. So you can drop them off there. If you have any questions, you can call the shelter at... Oh, okay, we're drawing a blank on the phone number, and that's one number that I don't know right off the top of my head either, but it's easy to find here on Humane Society. It's in the book. Look it up online. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll look forward to talking to you next month.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Aneka Wagner from Friends Together following these messages. Welcome back. My last guest today is Aneka Wagner from Friends Together. Hi, Aneka.
Hi, how are you, Nancy?
Good, and so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, everywhere you go, everything you see, everything you do, Friends Together, Friends Together, Friends Together. You folks have a lot of wonderful things going on right now. And fundraising is a very important part of what you do to offer all these wonderful programs, the gas cards, the hotel stays, the rides, all the wonderful things that you do. And we want to start out talking about Comedy Night.
Yes, Comedy Night is next Friday, February 5th. It's the 13th annual Friday Night with Friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the dueling pianos. I've heard great things. I have never seen them, but it's 2 gentlemen who do the entire evening on their pianos. With comedy and singing, music. It's going to be a great time. There's prizes, food, pizza during the halftime intermission, snacks, 50-50 raffles. There's the bag raffle that was a lot of fun last year. Just a really great time. Smith Sunrise Sanitation is our major sponsor this year. They stepped up. This is our first time having a major sponsor, and they stepped up and are going to be our major sponsor this year, and so we're excited about it.
And you know, that's another thing. Tickets, unfortunately, are sold out, but we are taking names on a waiting list.
Yes, there's a waiting list, yes.
And the number we call for the waiting list
is Friends Together 356-3231.
But you know, there's lots of other ways that you could help again too. If you had a prize you wanted to donate, or
yes, there's the bag raffle game that we do. Everybody's guaranteed to win at least $10. So if you wanted to donate a gift card for $10 or something to go in a bag, that would be wonderful. We could definitely use some of those.
And once again, just all kinds of fun for this event. And it's sold out every year, unfortunately, but there are other wonderful ways people can help Friends Together.
Oh, there's absolutely, you can donate gift cards, you can call in and find out when we have support groups. We have many support groups throughout the weeks, different during the day, the evenings, that we like to make sure we have snacks and food. So we have a little gal here in town that's only 12 years old, brings in on Monday snacks so that we have them throughout the week, makes cupcakes. Anything like that, if you want to get your kids involved to see how to support their community and things they can do to make a difference, making cupcakes and bringing them in for support groups. There's just so many ways you can get involved if you want to. Yeah.
And you know, one thing that happens too is if a family is in need and they need a specific need, you know, Friends Together could call you and say, hey, could you bring dinner to this family tonight? Hey, could you give them a ride somewhere? And you do have the vans that are out and about. Tell me the territories that the vans cover.
The vans cover 5 counties. Let's make sure I get them right. So Alpena, Oscoda, Mount Morenci, Presqu'Île,
Alcona.
And Alcona counties. They cover all of those areas. And so the vans are out and in the, you know, on the streets, out getting people to their appointments, as well as we have volunteers in the community. If we have somebody who needs to get down to Ann Arbor, we have many wonderful volunteers in the community that step up if we call them, and will just drive someone to their Ann Arbor appointment or whatever they need if the van isn't able to do it because it's doing local stuff. So.
And speaking of local stuff, Friends Together is the only group in Alpena, a nonprofit group that directly helps families touched by cancer.
Correct. Right here locally. I mean, you have the Cancer Society, of course, and the Relay for Life and all of that does wonderful things. But what Friends Together does is to help people right here in the community, anywhere in those 5 counties. We help people within those 5 counties that need help, assistance with lodging, gas cards, getting to their appointments, anything like that. It's support groups. You know,
the overnight stays, the travel.
The women, there's different programs for the women. Yes, the tees and tops for the breast cancer. There's, you know, they get the breast forms and the bras and all the different things that they need. There's just so many different support things that we can offer. If you just reach out to us, we would be more than willing to help in so many different ways.
Okay, and you've brought another poster today.
Yes, we have another event, Calcite Credit Union, Rogers City.
A good friend of Friends Together.
A very good friend of Friends Together. They kind of hold their own little campaign of fundraising down there for us and do all sorts of events through the year. They're a wonderful friend of Friends Together. But they hold this rock and roll dance party every year. And I've heard great things about it. It's a lot of fun. They also have silent auctions, live auction, Chinese raffles. In fact, this year is the rock and roll dance party, and if you come dressed in your favorite attire, you could possibly even win a prize.
Oh, yay.
So there should be costumes, there's food, and that one is on February 27th. And the tickets are for sale at both Calcite Credit Unions in Rogers City and Posen. Okay. We do have a few of them here at the Friends Together office, so if anyone here locally needs a ticket, we do have some there. They also have a huge 50-50 raffle, which
saw that.
They are selling those tickets now. So it's a 50-50 that the tickets have been for sale for quite some time. So it's a very large 50-50 raffle by the time the event comes.
Okay.
And so that's another way, but it's just a good, fun night out. Just go enjoy yourself, all while helping people with cancer. So.
And we have about 2 or 3 more minutes left, so we have enough time to talk about the main event for Friends, 5 for Friends. How is that going?
The 5 for Friends campaign is going wonderful this year. We did some really different things this year that we haven't done in the past. Our sponsors, we have new sponsorships that have just been amazing. The businesses here have just loved them and have stepped up. We have 3 major sponsors this year. We have the t-shirt sponsors. We have the golf sponsors who do the signs at the golf tournaments. We have van sponsors. We're putting their advertising on our vans. Of course, our big billboard sponsor that gets all of that, plus the billboard outside of our office for a month. There's just so many different opportunities within that besides just the events themselves. We have had teams just step up, raising money, schools, kids, churches, you name it. It has just been miraculous at the Love.
And the date of the event is?
The major celebration event is on Friday, June 3rd this year.
And people mark that on your calendar because
Yes.
it's a really fun event. It's held at the band shell.
Yes, again this year.
And rain or shine, we hold it.
Yep.
There's entertainment. There's just fun evening, a chance to mix with everyone in your community, food, kids games, just tons of things to do. So mark it on your calendar. And once again, if anyone has any questions about anything we've talked about today, how do
Yes.
they reach you?
Call Friends Together,
Okay.
356-3231. Anyone who answers the phone would be able to answer any questions they have.
Right, and the comedy night is sold out, but if you would like to get your name on a waiting list, you know, things happen.
Yes.
Give them a call.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don MacMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don MacMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Steve Lewis, electrical systems instructor at Alpena Community College and a longtime, very well-respected instructor at ACC. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Don.
Pleased to have you with us. What I'd like to talk today about is news this week where the college is going to host the Lineman's Rodeo this April. Could you fill the viewers in on what that is and why that's important?
Well, this is a big opportunity for ACC. It's something that Roy Smith and our utility tech students have been participating in for a lot of years now, and the students get extremely excited about it. It gives them a chance to showcase their skills and what they've learned in the program and in a competitive environment, and so they compare themselves to other colleges. They have a few events that they participate in, and Roy's team has been very successful many years in it. They're usually one of the top teams, and last year they were the top team. They were the top team in the nation, and that was the second time that they've won it. It's kind of unfortunate that Roy is not here to talk about it. He really deserves the credit for the success of that program, but he was not available today.
He's teaching.
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so teams will be coming from around the country?
Yeah, and I think my impression has always been that they'll be coming from a long ways away. A lot of them, a lot of the teams that participate are from the Nebraska area, and you know that area of the Midwest, and even farther west. The first rodeo was held in Arizona, so there might even be teams from the southwest part of the United States attend.
It is a neat event, a signature event, and the idea that ACC has never hosted it before, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Roy and Todd and the program that you work in, and John Nolan, Mark Swanson, it's just a powerhouse program for ACC and for people who want to go into that trade. And I can recall Roy presenting at a board meeting last spring where he talked about how the team won and how proud he was of them, and there were some students there. Can you tell us a little bit about the date, where it's going to be, and some of the competition events that you're...
Yeah, the date is April 29th. It's going to be held at Alpena Community College on Van Laer Hall side of the Johnson Street, the river side of Johnson Street. Try to capture the most beautiful part of the campus next to the river, and we'll be setting up tents and bleachers and hopefully get a lot of the community to come and maybe not stay for the whole thing, but just see what it's about. And it'll be on the eastern end of Van Laer Hall, down towards Besser, in that lawn area there. And the events that will be, I think there's usually about 4 events. One is a written event, so that's not real spectator friendly, but There's a written test. There is something called a cross-arm changeout, where there'll be a cross-arm mounted on a pole, and the competitors need to climb up, take down that cross-arm, send it down to their teammates down on the ground, and they will send up another cross-arm, or probably the same one actually, but they'll send it back up and they'll have to put it back in place. And time is the main score, but also workmanship is also tested as well. If they do poor workmanship, they get penalty points for that time added to their score. And that's where, so it is a combination of both speed and workmanship. There's an obstacle course, what they call an obstacle course event, where there's cross arms mounted maybe 10 feet up the pole and another one 20 feet up the pole. And on one cross arm there's an insulator, on another cross arm there's a cutout. And they go up to one of the cross arms and move the insulator from one side to the other. They go up to the other cross arm and move the cutout from one side to the other, and then come back down. And I also believe there's a framing event where they build a cross arm, but that's all on the ground. There's no climbing in that. There used to be a speed climb. I think that was more just a spectator event, and I don't think they do that one anymore.
That is a great breakdown. I appreciate that. That's interesting to know, and you're absolutely right. Where they're planning to do it on the eastern end of Van Laer Hall is the prettiest spot in our campus. I would agree with that. We have a couple minutes left. I'd like, if you are the point person for our new 4-year baccalaureate in electrical systems technology, and I think the college was wise to offer that to you. You're, everyone has extremely high regard for you and your capabilities. Where are we on that? Can you give the folks some insight?
Yeah, we should be able to start bachelor's level classes this fall, and we have a few students that are in line to take those classes. It's not a large number right now, mainly because those students, the bachelor's level, students who take the bachelor's level students should have already completed 2 years at ACC. So when these students started at ACC, there really wasn't any awareness that that existed. So we managed to get a few students that have interested in it that have already committed to ACC, but we're looking to build on that and get a fresh cohort in this fall of freshmen, first-year students, and it would be about 2 years yet before they would be able to take the bachelor's level courses. But we will have a small cohort starting this fall, making good progress on just getting it defined what we're going to teach in each class and when we're going to teach it, and we're getting those items ironed out. We continue to talk, we kind of have to recruit both sides. We're recruiting students as well as kind of recruiting employers almost, because we want to make sure that when the students graduate they can find a job, and we're getting a lot of interest from utility companies and transmission companies and even some industrial companies that are saying, we keep hearing a common theme that our workforce is getting older and we're going to need to replace them in the near future, and this looks like a good place for us to get workers as graduates from this program.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
And this 4-year program is hugely important for ACC in the region, and the Lineman's Rodeo ties to the marketing of it. We appreciate your efforts. We thank you for watching Talk of the Town. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smithem and Don MacMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.